The idea that we pick a topic like motorcycle pants or motorcycle jacket, gloves, whatever, and both of us bring one of our gear and we compare it and discuss our gear.
Pants are very important to a motorcyclist. They're often neglected or almost an afterthought. A lot of people buy jackets, they buy gloves, helmets, boots, shoes. But pants, I see a lot of people riding in regular jeans, which is kind of crazy.
Is it pants for you like the most important protection gear?
Most important is helmet and gloves. Because you need the head and you need the hands. When you fall off a motorcycle, when you crash, you're going to hit your knees and your hip.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to slide. Unless you slide on your face or on your back or something, with your legs up, you're going to slide on your knees. You're going to slide on your ass. You're going to slide on your hips. So we have two pairs of pants here. Mm-hmm. They both have Kevlar or similar qualities. They have
similar qualities.
Well, no, because mine is Pekev. Mine is actually not Kevlar.
Oh shit!
This is a proprietary fabric that they use, which is this company Resurgence Gear. And as I was gonna say, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I have no idea where it's from because I looked up on their website. This is my second pair of them, and I looked on their website. I usually buy them from the store in UK. I think it's Cafe Racer UK or something. But I don't know where they're from. But they do use their special Pekev material, which is supposedly stronger than Kevlar. These are $270 and these are $340. So neither one of these pants is cheap by any means. It's definitely above the affordable bracket. A lot of the moto pants on the market are $200 or under.
There are a lot of motorcycle pants now out there. I remember 10 years, 15 years, maybe I didn't do enough research, but there wasn't so many pants on the market that looks like jeans, like a regular pair.
The fit wasn't there. A lot of people ask me why I'm not wearing motorcycle pants. And I'm just like, I am. These are motorcycle pants because they look like regular jeans. They look like the way they wear out and the way they age. Except when you see the knee pads and the hip pads and I look like J-Lo, my hips don't lie.
Yeah.
uglyBROS, I could see the pads come in through here.
Yeah.
Because for me, I literally have to take off the jeans. To remove the pads, I have to go on the inside, in here, on Velcro things to get to the pads.
Yeah. There's dust coming out.
And I haven't no, I don't even want to say, oh my God, look at him. I should have cleaned my pads before showing this. But yeah, ew. Anyway,
this is disgusting.
No, I don't want to.
No, clean them.
No, I don't want to pull it out. No, I do clean them.
Pull it out.
No, you can't. I just don't want to pull it out.
Jesus, dude.
Because it's gonna be.
I have it on my fingers now.
No, I only clean it when I wash the pants. Back in Russia, where I'm from, where I was growing up in Russia as a kid, you wash jeans once every 3 months. You don't wash pants, so that's why I'm trying to save water. I'm trying to save whales and dolphins.
But dude, hold on. So the motorcycle pants, I'm not sure if that is with your stuff in there, but with my Kevlar thing, right? The Kevlar it's very warm. You sweat in the pants. It's not like a normal jeans. It's very breathable.
Which is good in the winter.
It's good in the winter, but that also means you should wash your pants from time to time.
I see what you're saying. All right. I should maybe that's why they fall apart so fast.
Now I know where the smell is coming from. Your protection on the knee guards, you're getting them from the inside.
Right.
So I actually, for the uglyBROS, I can just slide them out from the outside.
Right.
Actually, I do that. So if I get to a spa or whatever, and we sit down, sometimes I just pull them out because it's more comfortable than have this, not bikey,
right.
Right. The protection.
Yeah, with these, you're just they're there. You're not taking out the pads unless you take the pants off.
I do have also protection for the hip. Do you have that too?
Yep. And we were talking about staying warm, but I was going to say, in the winter, I actually really like the Kevlar protective pants because they keep you warmer.
Yeah.
Because they break wind better. But in the summer, you just have to get used to it. A lot of people say they don't wear protective pants because they're too hot. I don't know. To me, it's crucial.
Show me your hip protection. I think my hip protection is bigger than yours.
It might be, but I'm pretty sure that my actual pads are better than yours.
That can be.
This is the D3O stuff, which is technically the best, maybe. maybe not. Both Type A, 1T, they both have the same rating. Obviously, your shape is a little bit different, a little bit, maybe not thicker, but definitely wider. And I know that this specific technology, because we'll go into the stories, because I was going to ask you about the little scuff here. You know, your little cute little scuff. I know that these pads work because I had a little off.
No.
Oh, yes. I got riding in this town, you know, like I ride as careful as possible. I'm a gentleman and a scholar on the bike, you know, so it's never my fault. So, and this time it wasn't my fault either. But I got T-boned by a taxi.
Yeah.
I was going about 40 when the taxi hit the back of my bike and I came off. And I slid down the street for about, like, I don't know, 20 feet, 15 feet. I had my gloves on and I had my jacket on. So my injuries were just bruises and I rolled my ankle. But if you look at this is the damage right here of sliding down the street. This right here was a set of keys that I had in my pocket right here.
Oh, shit. Oh.
So I never keep my keys in my pocket. You should never ride with your keys in your pocket because literally when I hit, the keys flew through my pocket and exited across the street. And, but yeah, like, see, like there's a little rip here, a little rip here, and a little scuff. But I still wear these after the crash, and they're not in the worst shape. And they actually look cool. Like, kids nowadays would do this on purpose, you know? All the cool kids have holes in their jeans. But yeah, so I definitely trust the knee pad and the hip pad because I walked away. You know, I wasn't hurt after a crash that would make you bloody as hell.
This is a huge hole.
Yeah.
So you slid on your keys?
Yeah, I slid on my side.
Nice.
I slid on my side. Yeah, right here.
I don't see anything on the knee. How little bit.
Yeah. Well, no, it was quick contact, you know, but I ended up like jumping up. I was like a ninja, but that's a whole nother video that you'll be able to watch on my Ducati NYC vlog. I mean, I know your story is not as exciting, but let's
My story is not that exciting. Ask me.
What happened here? I heard you're training for MotoGP. And you're sponsored by uglyBROS MotoGP team.
MotoGP team?
Yeah.
That would be so dope. I didn't go down on accident. I went down on purpose. What I was doing, I dragged my knee for the first time.
Nice.
So I ride a DRZ 400, a Supermoto tire set. It was a sunny day, went up to Bear Mountain, and there's a huge roundabout. And I had fully gear on, like I had the pants on, I had proper boots on, jacket, helmet, gloves, blah, blah, blah.
So your mission for the day was to drag the knee?
It was. I went for coffee first, coffee breakfast. I went alone, and I was like, today is a great day.
But people usually, the riders actually have pucks, you know, because like, that's what makes it easier. Because if you actually had like a nice like 1 inch or 2 inch puck, you wouldn't have to probably lean as hard.
I was running around in this pants for a month.
Yeah.
And everybody asked me, what happened? And then I was like, oh, my knee hurts.
Right.
I'm glad that you asked.
I remember.
I have to tell you the story.
You were very proud.
I was.
Actually, this is actually, like I was going to be humble, but until JP shared his story, same thing.
Oh.
Except I did it in Manhattan around Columbus Circle. I was going like 70 because one thing is to drag the knee, but another thing is to do it at speed.
70.
So it's 70 mile per hour.
Cycle?
Like literally, like when you come along Central Park and you take a right there onto Broadway.
What, like 3 a.m.? There's always traffic.
Noon on Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
You just have to want to do it
between the horses and.
But see, and you compare who dragged the knee harder.
Oh, I did like for like a time, not even like a second.
Oh no, this was like I did like 5 laps. five times I dragged. So what's important for me specifically is the simplicity of the design of the back pockets. And a lot of the pants out there, even these right here, they have a lot of stuff going on. It's pretty busy. You know, I really like how these specific pants, they don't have any besides this label here, they don't have any more tags or name anything, which is nice and simple.
Dude, I have a killer argument for my pants on the back. This guy. You know why? Because when I write, I always
put stuff in the back pocket.
I'm concerned. I have my wallet in here.
Wow.
And I'm always like concerned that I'm losing my wallet.
Yeah.
Do you have sometimes the feeling that?
You know what? That's why I put my wallet in my chest up here.
Yeah.
So that way when I'm writing, I can literally tap my chest and be like, oh, it's still there.
And this is like, I tap my ass sometimes. Like if my
well, you're German, so like I can see that. That makes sense. That makes sense.
This is smart.
Yeah.
Right? This is like, all right. Clothes, wallets, I still do it. Because
and it's like big enough. It's big enough zipper where you can do it with the gloves on, you know?
What I don't like is like this is silver. It's like if it would be black, if you don't see it too much.
You can spray paint it.
Spray paint it?
Yeah. Just tape it off, mask it off. Custom clothing, bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, and spray paint this shit black. Or like permanent marker it. No, I'm serious.
Maybe bring it to somebody that's just changing the Ziploc.
No, just paint it.
Just
save the environment. It's good for the environment.
Saving the environment. Yeah. You have stupid arguments.
Do you have this scrouchy thing?
Right?
Well, my pants they're elastic because like it's funny because like over here it actually kind of looks like the back of your pants, like all this ribbing.
That's because you're not washing them.
Yeah, no, that's because the back of my knees are like sweaty.
5 years not washing the jeans.
What? These jeans are like a year old. Only like I probably washed these jeans. I don't know.
Just
like 5 times. These? Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. These are like a little over a year old.
Oh, okay, they look like so fucked up because you went down.
Yeah, and because it's just because you know what? These wear out faster than I'd like.
Yeah.
These do wear out faster than I'd like. But these are a little bit stretchy, but not as stretchy as this.
This is like GP Moto.
Right.
Moto Race.
This is like made for like comfort. I didn't even know that they're like that stretchy in the back.
Right? That's great, isn't it? Also, they have it here as well.
Okay. You know, I always thought that was just like a design thing. I never actually thought that this was functional.
There you go.
That's cool. I love these pants, but I would not say that these is the best product on the market for this kind of riding.
But it's 270.
Yeah, right.
That's not bad. These
specific pants are called Resurgence Cafe Racer Skinny Cut because they have different cuts. They have like some baggy, bulky stuff, but this is like the skinniest cut because I'm a hipster from Williamsburg. So yeah, I need the skinny jeans. And JP has no idea what his pants are called.
No, I don't. They're uglyBROS.
they're just uglyBROS. But see, that's
a specific.
See, that's the brand, and that's the Pekev thing, and that's the skinny fit. Because I'm really skinny.
So $270, $340. So I'm not really familiar with what is on the market right now, but I think that's kind of reasonable prices. Like
it is. We have a shop here in Brooklyn in Red Hook called Union Garage, and that's where I usually go to touch things. And, you know, he's got a couple of other brands. And a lot of the pants, obviously not counting Saint jeans, because Saint is like $500.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, it's amazing quality, great quality. And there's another brand I forgot, Rocker. But they both make amazing pants that are beautiful for $500. Oh, like you gotta, that's a lot of money. But there's also pants that are under 200. They're like 150. Because below that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure, but I don't know how I would trust the quality of the Kevlar and the pads. In upcoming episodes, we want to compare like all sorts of other stuff. Basically, each episode we're going to compare one piece of kit. So it could be like adventure pants, city gloves versus like cold weather gloves, or helmets or bags, or even like random, I don't know, camping gear, all sorts of stuff. Let's do rock, paper, scissors.
Which pants?
Yeah, fold them up so they're like sexy like that. Here, next time I'll show you.
You work for Abercrombie.
I'll show you next time how to fold pants. So the idea, we determine which pair of pants is better. And the only way we can figure out how to do that is through a vicious game of rock, paper, scissors. So, best out of 3. You go 1, 2, 3, shoot.
All right. You count in Russian, I count in German?
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, you didn't count in No, you didn't count in German. You said 1, 2, 3. That doesn't count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
No!
Yes! Resurgence Jeans! Woo! So thank you so much for watching our little review comparison of the uglyBROS and the Resurgence Jeans. And this one is going to be on Ducati NYC, obviously, where you watched it. The next review is going to be on JP's YouTube channel, link below. We're going to basically go back and forth and alternate between channels and shoot these reviews for you guys. And the plan is to go through all the gear that we have and then some. Thank you so much for watching. Let's line up the pants a little sexier. We go like that, like this.
How did you do that? Did you work in a
Abercrombie and Fitch? Yeah, I used to be one of those models outside.
outside?
Yeah. No, exactly, like shirtless. So like, and then one day, I like snuck in and I was like, I always want to fold pants. I'm not some model, you know? And that's how I learned to fold pants.